guys, welcome back to another one of our longer flows today. This is still going to be really good for everyone, but we're going to work on twisting through the midsection and play with a few different poses that we probably haven't seen before. So we're going to start in Shavasana, laying down on our back. Before we start getting into any postures, just bring your hands to your belly. Breathe into your hands. When we breathe, we're really looking to draw the breath into the bottom of our lungs. That's where the blood pools, so we have a better opportunity to draw the oxygen into the bloodstream. So for now, let's do just one thing, and that's breathe as deeply as we can. If you know Ujjayi, I'd love for you guys to turn it on, and if you don't know what it is, check out the video. It's in our bonus content. We'll take just one more big expansive breath in. Feel the belly button rise. And then as you exhale, feel it softly fall. Start to draw the knees in towards your chest. Give them a tight squeeze. And then once you feel as if you're ready, using an exhale, allow both knees to drop off to the right side, keeping your shoulder blades grounded. Your knees really heavy. Now we love to round out our classes with a supine twist. The benefits are huge for the body. So I'm going to ask that you guys become really clear on how it feels different at the beginning of the class in comparison to the end. We'll take just one more round of breath on this side. And then slowly, using the core, bring your knees to the midline. Allow them to drop over to the left. Shoulder blades stay heavy. And when we have our knees together in this variation, it allows that twist not to be as deep. So as best as you can, round down that right shoulder blade. Feel this twist enter the midsection of the body. And just one more breath on this side. Really good. Hug those knees back in towards your chest and start to rock and roll up and down the spine until you come to a seat. Get you to face forward for me, Tyler. Straight away, you can come into kneeling, cross-legged, whatever feels best. Just close down through your eyes. Start to drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Feel the left side. Begin to roll your chin down towards your chest. And then slowly, left ear finds left shoulder. When you feel as if you're ready, crown of head drops back in space. Continue these circles just 2 more times. You want to find this space through the shoulders, allow them to drop naturally towards the hips. This is something we should be doing every day, guys. If it's not in our classes, take this home with you, use it. And then once you've done 2 that side, crown of your head rises up towards the sky. Roll your shoulders back in space twice. Roll your shoulders forwards in space twice. Really good. Let's find that all fours shape. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Start to ground down your right hand, lift your left arm up to the sky, take a big breath in and thread that left arm behind the right as you breathe out, placing the left shoulder blade on the earth. Your right hand, start to bring that up towards the sky, wrap it behind your back and tuck it into your left hip crease if that's available. You're more than welcome to keep that right hand on the floor if you want, but if you've taken that half bind, can you utilize that to start to actively stack your shoulders one on top of the other? Feel a little bit deeper of a twist now. Let's take one more breath out. As you breathe in, ground down that right hand, place it on purpose, lift the left arm up, left hand grounds, right hand will lift as you breathe in, and it will thread as you empty the belly. Feel like you can take that bind, start to bring the left hand up to the sky, wrapping it behind the back, tucking it into the right hip crease now. Utilize the bind to find more of a twist, but don't compromise the breath. Make sure that that breath is fluid even here. We'll take that last exhale, empty the belly. Ground down that left hand, slowly lift the right hand up, breathe in. Both hands to the earth as you breathe out. Let's find a downward facing dog. Really heavily ground down, imprint your hands into the earth. You can pedal through the legs. Just start to feel into the lower body now. We'll just take one more breath here to set up. And then as you breathe out, you're welcome to take just half a step in with your feet. Shorten your stance. Let's take a big breath in. Right hand to left ankle as you breathe out. We're coming into that twist again. We're really preparing the body. Start to bring your gaze underneath your left armpit, if you can. Not compromising the breath, but maybe pulling just a little deeper into this posture. Nice, Tyler. Just one more round of breath on this side. And then slowly reground that right hand and take the left to the right ankle. Now many of us, our mind's eye is going to be surrounding this twist, which is totally normal, but can you bring some attention, some awareness to this right hand grounding? Keep pushing the floor away. As best as you can, stabilize through the shoulder by grounding down the right hand more. Let's take that last breath out. Maybe you gain a little bit of extra depth. And then both hands to the earth, really good. We're going to start with our sun A, the perfect opportunity for you to marry breath and movement. Rise up onto your toes as you breathe in. Bend your knees as you breathe out. You can step, maybe even jump forward, land in that halfway lift, long spine. Uttanasana, fold into the empty belly. Hands rise up, slow and steady, feel length. Uttanasana, cascade over the thighs. Guys, bend your knees. Halfway lift, crown of head away from sitting bones. Hands to the earth, step or maybe jump back. Let's find our low plank. Straight away, upward facing dog. Push the floor away, open the chest. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Follow your breath's rhythm now. Rise up onto your toes, use your whole breath in. Bend the knees, gaze forward. You can step or lightly jump. Land in that halfway lift. Breathe in, nice catch. Fold over. Hands rise. Guys, actively reach towards the sky as you breathe in. Forward fold, bend the knees as you breathe out. Take that halfway lift, broaden your collarbones forward in space. Hands to the earth, step or maybe lightly jump back. Chaturanga. Up dog, pushing the floor away, thighs off the earth. Downward facing dog to breathe out. Check in with the breath. Make sure you're controlling that exhale. You're utilizing Ujjayi to keep the heart rate down. and the parasympathetic nervous system activated. We're going to start to move into our flow. No expectations, follow us. No judgments, follow us. Right leg to the sky as you breathe in, move slow. Right knee to left armpit as you breathe out, cross over tiger curl. Back up towards the sky, take a big breath in. Knee all the way to your nose, maybe you give it a kiss. Step in between your hands, rise up, crescent lunge. You guys know this shape. You can take a straight leg variation, a bent leg variation, whatever's going to serve you best. But what I ask that you guys focus on here is activating through the core. Not locking it out so you can't breathe, but feel that engagement through the belly and start to bring your pinky fingers towards one another to open up the back of the shoulders. Let's take one more big breath in. Reach up higher. As you breathe out, bring your hands to your heart center. Start to lean forward in space. Breathe in. Revolve as you breathe out. Left elbow to the right outer knee. Really important that we keep this back leg engaged here. Now guys, I'm really going to encourage you, make sure the twist is coming from the core, not the connection between your knee and your elbow. We're moving into a pretty funky shape after this. Start to bring awareness into your front foot. Feel that. We're coming into revolved half moon. Look forward if you're not sure. Start to reach forward with that left hand towards the earth. And then as you breathe in, start to lift your left leg up and off of the earth with your left hand down towards the ground, your right hand lifting up. Yeah, it's really hard, right? Tyler's nailing it. If you don't look like this, don't worry, I wouldn't either. Guys, we're gonna stay here for one more breath. Really try and find that balance. This is where the twisting comes in. On your next breath in, stork pose. Start to lift your hands and your left knee up towards the sky. Catch the balance. Good. Now you can feel this in your right leg, right? In your foot. I'm sure there's some heat that's starting to build. I know. We're going to move past it. Let's take one more big breath in. Reaching up. Lift that left knee higher. Open eagle as you breathe out. Placing that left outer ankle onto your right knee. Hands at heart center. Now you'll notice Tyler's done a really beautiful job of taking his hips down in space, but flaring his sitting bones back and broadening his collarbones forward. That's gonna get into this left hip flexor. Let's take our last exhale here, guys. You're nearly there. Breathe in to rise up, stork pose, lift the knee high. Uttanasana, forward fold. As you breathe out, you can bend one leg, straighten the other. Feeling the difference between both legs. The fluidity in the breath. Let's exhale here. Take that halfway lift to breathe in. Move slow. Hands to the earth. Step or jump back, low plank. Upward facing dog. Open your chest more. Downward facing dog as you breathe out. Guys, today this flow is optional. When we take that halfway lift, forward fold, you're more than welcome to simply step back to downward facing dog if that's what your body needs. But let's move to the other side. Left leg, let it rise, breathe in. Cross body tiger curl, take it as close to your right armpit as you can. Three-legged dog, keep the hips square. Knee to nose, kiss the knee before you step. Rise up, crescent lunge. Bring in that activation to the core. We now know that we need the core to be warm and activated to twist. So as best as you can, that's where the mind is. Keep reaching up, guys. Let's take one last big breath in. Hands to heart as you breathe out. Shift the chest forward in space as you inhale, find length, keep that, then twist. And this revolved crescent lunge, such a beautiful shape for the body. Strength in the lower half, that twist through the thoracic spine, core working, but we now know where we're moving. We're not just relying on that connection between right elbow, left knee. The core's doing a lot of the work to twist. So let's exhale here. Start to reach forward and down with that right hand. And then slow and steady, when you're ready, start to lift that right leg up to the sky. Now guys, if you need your right hand to the earth, that's okay, or to a block, but I'd much prefer that it's hovering off the earth if you can manage that. Again, Tyler looks really comfy here. I know I wouldn't, so if you're not, do not stress. Let's take our last breath out, catch the balance. Stork pose as you breathe in, lifting that right knee up. Belly on, even here. Pinky fingers towards one another, open up the upper back. Keep that gaze still, one more inhale, you've got it. Open eagle as you breathe out. That right outer ankle to the left knee, flex your right toes if you feel anything, any niggles in this right knee. Really work on taking sitting bones back, collarbones forward. Find this length through the upper body. We'll take that last breath out. See if you can fold maybe a touch deeper. Good. Find that buoyancy as you breathe in. Stork pose, lift the knee. Forward fold. Breathe it all out. Wobble the legs. I know they need it. And don't get caught up in the sensation. Don't allow it to rule your experience. Just bring yourself back to that anchor. Bring yourself back to that breath. Let's exhale here. Take a halfway lift to breathe in. Hands to the earth. Step or jump back to breathe out. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Good. Land here, guys. We're going to flow it through. Right leg rises as you breathe in. Cross body tiger curl. Work on this twist even here. Keep it high. Breathe in to lift the right leg up. Knee towards nose as you exhale. Step in between the hands. Rise on this really strong foundation. Breathe in. Revolve as you breathe out. Here we go. Reach that left hand down and forward as you inhale. Lift that left leg up as you breathe out. Straight away, stork pose. See if you can move through that with grace. Slow and steady. Find that open eagle as you exhale. Knee and hands rise as you breathe in. Feel buoyant. Forward fold. Slow that movement down. Halfway lift to take a big breath in. Hands to the earth, step or jump back. You can move straight into downward facing dog if that's what the body needs. But that's where we will meet to lift that left leg up as you inhale. Cross body tiger curl, keep that knee high. Lift it back up to the sky, take a big breath in. Knee to the nose, empty the belly to find space and step. Anjayanasana, crescent lunge. Revolve, right elbow, left knee, breathe out. Use the core to reach that right hand forward and down. Find that revolved half moon shape. Stork pose to breathe in. Can you lift your right knee higher? And then slow and steady, open eagle, take the hips down and back, collarbones forward. Use a breath in to rise. A breath out to fold. A halfway lift, breathe in. Chaturanga or downward facing dog. If you're in up dog, keep pushing the floor away. Downward facing dog, reset. We're gonna go again, guys. Let that right leg lift, breathe in. Cross body tiger curl, stay really buoyant. Right leg will rise, inhale, feel left hamstrings. Take that knee towards your nose, step, Anjayanasana to rise. Revolve, empty the belly. Here we go, that transition to revolved half moon. You can use that left hand if you need. Just lift that left leg. Stork pose. Inhale. Open eagle, hips down and back. Feel that left outer hip. Rise back up. Imprint your right foot into the earth. Fold over to exhale. Halfway lift to breathe in. Down dog or flow as you breathe out. Really nice, guys. Take your time. We are in absolutely no rush. When that next breath in arrives, the left leg will lift. Cross it over as you breathe out. Rise back up. Take an inhale. Knee all the way to your nose. Keep giving it a kiss. Step in between the hands. Pinky fingers towards one another, belly on. Revolve as you breathe out. Guys, use your core. Reaching that left hand forward and down. Slow and steady. Revolved half moon. Really nice. Rise up. Stork as you breathe in. Open eagle. Can you sink lower into this shape? Rise back up. Fold forward to exhale. Halfway lift, crown of head reaching forward. Breathe in. Hands to the earth, down dog or flow. Up dog, can you open your chest a little more? Good. Downward facing dog to breathe out. Yogis, you know I'm gonna say just one more time. Let's move there together. You guys have got this. Right leg, let it rise. Cross the body. Let it rise back up as you breathe in and then empty the belly. Use that active hip compression. Step, Anjayanasana. Take a big breath in. Left elbow, right outer knee. Breathe out. Use the core, guys. Get ready. Revolved half moon. Move there however you need. Slow and steady, left leg will rise. Sink down deeper into your open eagle as you exhale. Slow and steady, lift that left leg up, breathe in. Fold into the space, breathe out. Halfway lift to inhale. Fold over. Downward facing dog or flow, yogi's choice now. Down dog is where we meet. When that breath in comes, the left leg will rise. See if you can keep that knee higher as you cross body tiger curl. Inhale to lift. Exhale, round the upper spine to step. Anjayanasana to rise. Revolve, exhale. Breathe in to reach forward and down. Breathe out to find that revolved half moon. Good. Right knee will rise. Let it feel buoyant. Open eagle, sit down and back, fold into the space. Rise back up. Breathe in. Fold to breathe out. Take that halfway lift, crown of head forward in space. Downward facing dog or chaturanga, yogi's choice. Downward facing dog is still where we will meet. Guys, catch your breath. Slow that exhale down. moving. Rise up onto your toes as you breathe in. Bend your knees as you breathe out. Step, jump, float to the outer edges of your hand. Land in Malasana, our yogi squat. Heels in, toes fanning out. Here, what I'm going to ask for you guys to do is find a depth that you can maintain a straight spine. That's a really important part of this posture, is keeping the spine straight and lifting up and out of the hips. You can bring your elbows to your inner knees. Push them apart, but only to a place, once again, that you can sustain. If you lift your hands up, your elbows out from your inner knees, can you keep this position? Good. We're going to stay here for just a couple more breaths. Let's take that last breath out. And then from here, guys, we have the opportunity to play with an arm balance that we've been working really hard for. So start to bring your feet in a little closer towards one another. We're going to start with side crow with the option to come into revolved Vinyasa. Again, we've worked really hard for this. So Tyler's turned his knees off to the left side. And what you guys will notice is that Tyler's outer right knee is really high on his left tricep. He's drawing that in as much as he can with an active hip compression and this rotation through the thoracic spine. From here, keeping this connection, ground down your hands, grip into the mat, keep your collarbones broad, your gaze forward, and then start to tip forward in space. Maybe one toe will come off, maybe two toes will come off. Just see what happens, play with it. But if you're pretty comfy here, you're welcome to come into revolved Vinyasa. Your right leg is going to reach forward with the hips, and your left leg will follow the line of your spine back in space. Really nice. Good. Play with that. You can come out of it when you're ready. And then make sure you try both sides. Now turning the knees off to the right. So the outer left knee is up on the right tricep as high as you can. Now guys, if you have trouble with this, you're more than welcome to drop that left hip onto the left elbow, creating a shelf for the body so you can come into this. Now that's going to require more twist with your outer hip and your outer knee on the triceps. The other one with that hip up in space is going to require more core work. So I'm really going to encourage you guys, play with these two variations of side crow and Vinyasa. That bottom leg follows the line of the hips, top leg will follow the line of the spine. Guys, if you want to play a little more, pause this video and play. That is the beauty of online. Please let us know how you go though. But from there, once you've come off of the hands, just start to roll out the wrists. It's not all that common that we place this much pressure on them. So those being our 2 points of contact, our base, we really want to make sure we give them some love afterwards. And once your wrists feel like there's no more sensation left in them after that arm balance, slowly bring yourself down to a seat. We're going to come now into Gomukhasana. So from here, I'd love for you guys to bring your right heel to your left outer hip. Your knee is going to come to the midline of the body, or as close to as possible. From there, you're then going to bring your other knee, stack it on top. Find this cow face Gomukhasana shape. Now for me personally, I don't fold in this shape. It doesn't feel right for my hips. So if you're the same, keep the spine long and up towards the sky. Or if you feel as if you do have that space and your body does enjoy it, slow and steady, start to lean the chest forward. Allow your chin to drop towards your chest. Find that space, enter the outer hips. As our practice starts to slow down, I'm going to encourage you guys to slow your breath down too. When we stop moving to our breath, it's really common we tend to forget about it and we lose that breath control. Keeping our mind's eye surrounded around our breath. It's harder said than done. But when you think about it, it's a pretty easy task to maintain. See if you can feel that cooling sensation the breath in offers the belly. And see if you can actively push the belly button to the spine as you breathe out. Let's take one more expansive breath in. And breathe it all out. Slowly begin to rise up. Let's swap over sides. You can break dance there if you want to, just like Tyler has, or just simply swap over your legs if you don't feel like being fancy. Now I know for me, one side feels totally different and looks totally different than the other. If yours don't, that's great. If they do, that's also great. If you can fold on one side and not the other, again, that's totally fine. We try to guide our mind away from what this looks like and come a little closer to what it feels like. Once you've found that position, breathe. Just do this one thing. Breathe. In this moment, realize how simple it is. Nothing else to do, nowhere else to be. You chose to be here and now, so can you commit? Can you feel that inhale, expand the midsection. If you're folded over in this space, as you breathe out, can you utilize that space in the belly? Let's take just 2 more rounds of breath here. Once your 2 rounds are over, unravel the spine, unravel the legs, or bring them out wide. Start to shift your sitting bones back in space. Activate your toes to the sky. As you breathe in, feel length through the spine. As you breathe out, fold, hinging at the hips. If you move a little, that's great. If you move a lot, that's great. Once again, take away any expectations you have for how you should look in this posture. You are exactly where you need to be. As best as you can. Keep using that breath. That familiar sensation that sense of comfort. We'll take just 2 more rounds of breath here. Breathing on purpose. Still maintaining that same breath control. Once you feel as if you are ready, rise up slowly. Try not to use the hands. Bring both of your legs together. We're going to find ourselves in the passive version of Paschimottanasana next. Still shifting the sitting bones back in space. And then simply drop your chin to your chest. Crown of head towards your knees. Chest towards your thighs. Shoulders heavy, rounded over, forward in space. This sensation may linger at the back of your skull. It might loudly linger down your spine. Maybe you can feel this in your hips. Maybe it's through your glutes. For some, it will only linger in the hamstrings. Wherever that is for you, know it's perfect, just the way it is. No need to change it or avoid it. Just use this opportunity to connect with the body and to allow it to gain what it needs from this pose. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath here, guys. Really slowly feel the sensation evolve as the crown of head moves towards the sky. Then lower down. Lay your body on your mat. Here, start to hug your right knee in towards your chest. Draw circles with the knee. Pulling that knee towards the armpit, towards the heart center. Become aware of how the hip is feeling. Then once you feel as if you are ready, start to drop that right knee over the left side, right shoulder blade, heavily earth. Here we are again. We were in a variation very similar to this at the beginning of our journey together. Find some clarity. Surround your awareness. And whether this feels any different than it did before. Maybe you can get a little deeper into this posture than you have in previous classes. Let's take just 3 more rounds of breath in this shape. Once your 3 breaths are over, I invite you to roll towards center. That right leg will run long, that left knee, hug it in, draw your circles. Observe how the hip is feeling after all of this movement. Observe how it feels in comparison to the other side, honoring the differences, not wishing for anything else. And then once you feel as if you've gained what you need out of those circles, left knee drops to the right. Actively, that left shoulder blade is trying to move deeper into the earth. That fluidity hasn't left the breath. Neither has that effort to control it. It's still where your awareness remains. That expansive breath in, maybe a little release. And that heavy, long breath out. Distractions will continuously creep in. Use your breath as that anchor to come back. Just 2 more rounds of breath here, guys. Once you feel as if you are ready and 2 sides are even, roll to center. Soles of your feet together, knees out wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. Hands can rest on your belly as that gentle reminder that you should still be present surrounding your breath. As the distractions call our attention away, can you make that conscious effort to keep it centered? So many of us are looking for those perfect conditions to practice, where there is no noise, no sirens. But what we forget is this is the perfect place to practice. Where we are challenged by those distractions. We have that temptation that represents nothing other than growth. Our ability to stay centered. Can you keep making that conscious effort as you begin to set up for our last and final pose? Lay your legs long. Allow your arms to run down by your side. Your eyes to close down, your jaw to soften. And that control over the breath, that can leave for now. But that presence around it, that stays. like staying in Shavasana is right for you, I encourage you to stay. That decision is wholeheartedly yours. But as always, if you feel as if you are ready to move off, begin to roll the body to one side. Gently push yourself up to a seat. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra, close down your eyes, and take a gentle bow of your head towards your hand. And together we honor the practice, we honor each other, and we honor ourselves in saying Namaste.
Namaste.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I still don't think you know how much it means to us to see those views going up and to hear your feedback. We absolutely love hearing from you. So keep hitting those like buttons. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you want to see more of. We really look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a great day, guys.